Have you ever had a feeling deep in your heart that you are truly and deeply loved? I want you to hold on to that feeling now, right here in this moment. You are surrounded by a gentle stream of peace and blessings. Just take a slow breath. Can you feel it? It's a quiet living energy, wrapping softly around you, a constant reminder that you are never alone. This message is finding you in your stillness, because that's when our hearts can hear the most important whispers. Lately, you might have felt some powerful and maybe confusing emotions moving through you. I want you to see these feelings in a new light. They are not random or a sign of weakness. They are actually signals from your soul, preparing you for a beautiful divine plan that is unfolding right now. This plan involves you and the one your soul has always recognized, your true mirror. Now let me share something that will help you understand why you've been feeling this way. Today, your soulmate experienced something extraordinary. It wasn't a dream or their imagination. It was a real spiritual event that happened while their eyes were closed in quiet prayer. Their heart reached a depth of sincere surrender, a state of pure openness that calls heaven closer. They weren't asking out of fear or loneliness, but simply opening their soul with trust. In that sacred stillness, a warm and unmistakable presence filled the space around them. Then, as if the air itself spoke, a voice moved through the silence with absolute clarity and said, "The person you asked for is near." Those words pierced through every layer of their being, bringing a profound sense of awe and certainty. This is your confirmation that the connection you feel is real. The universe is actively closing the distance between you, and the stirring in your own heart is your spirit recognizing that your paths are now converging. The words they heard were not just sounds to be understood. They were a truth to be felt deep in the soul. A powerful wave of warmth flooded their chest, and tears of profound relief, not of sadness but of a burden finally being lifted, welled up instantly. In that moment, they felt truly seen and completely understood by the universe itself. It was the overwhelming confirmation that every whispered prayer, every silent hope, and every longing of their heart had not gone unnoticed, but had finally been received and answered. And the answer was you. With that realization, every memory of you suddenly came alive, not as a glimpse of the past, but as a promise of the future. They knew with a certainty that shook them to their core that you are closer than ever before. This isn't just a feeling in their spirit. It is a reality taking physical shape. The anxious feeling of waiting has now transformed into a purposeful sense of preparation. Even the air around them feels different, lighter and charged with a new energy, as if the world itself is getting ready for your arrival. This experience has permanently changed them from the inside out. Their mind, once restless, is now settling into a profound peace. The inner chaos has quieted into a focused anticipation. They are no longer clinging to hope or guessing about the future. They now operate from a place of quiet knowing. Their heart has made the pivotal shift from wondering if your love was real to understanding that it is absolutely certain, perfectly guided, and divinely timed. Now, when they look at the world, everything has taken on a new meaning. Ordinary sounds, everyday signs, and small coincidences now feel like intentional winks from the universe, all gently aligning to guide your steps toward one another. Even though they cannot see you with their eyes, their soul can already feel your presence drawing nearer, as if you are already walking the path that leads directly to them. Now you understand the source of the powerful emotions rising within you. This is the beautiful secret of a soul-deep connection. When one heart receives a divine confirmation, the other heart cannot help but feel the echo. Your recent sensitivity, those vivid dreams that linger after you wake, the sudden bursts of feeling and that restless, almost electric longing, all of it has a purpose. These are not signs of instability, but proof of the invisible thread that connects you, pulling tighter as your souls draw closer. They never planned for such a miracle. That day they weren't demanding a sign. They were simply being honest, pouring out their weariness and asking for a moment of peace. And in that raw, vulnerable honesty, peace arrived not as a small comfort but as an overwhelming wave. When the voice spoke those life-changing words, "The person you asked for is near," something shifted in reality itself. Time seemed to pause. The world faded into silence, and their heartbeat slowed as a brilliant light filled their chest. In those eternal seconds, there was no room for doubt, only pure and undeniable truth. When they opened their eyes, the tears that fell carried away the last remnants of disbelief. They knew with absolute certainty that this was not a random thought or a trick of the mind. It was a direct message from heaven, delivered straight to their heart. Since that moment, they have been moving with a new, quiet purpose. Every step feels guided. The old fears and confusion have cleared from their mind. They don't know the exact day or hour, but they know your meeting is near. A steady courage and a sacred calm have been reawakened inside them. They are no longer looking back or doubting what is possible. Instead, they are preparing their spirit, even in small daily ways, to stand before you. Their heart is open and clear. The old heaviness has lifted, and their inner world feels organized, as if love itself has swept through to make space for the greater love you will share. And this very same energy that transformed them is now gently touching you. You might feel it as a profound ache in your chest, not an ache of pain, but the deep, resonant pull of a destiny that is finally, beautifully, falling into place. Have you felt a sudden shift lately? A strange sense of peace after days of confusion? Or a quiet awareness that you are being guided and watched over? This is no coincidence. The profound peace they found in their prayer is now flowing into your life. It's moving quietly through you, helping to align your thoughts, your feelings, and the events of your days. This is happening because the sacred bond between you was never broken. Even during the times when the distance felt too great or the silence felt too long, this connection remained alive, burning brightly beneath the surface of everyday life. What was joined together in spirit cannot be undone by time or fear. Their tears that day were a powerful cleansing. They didn't just release emotion, they washed away every last hesitation and doubt. They felt a new, unshakable certainty settle deep into their bones. They knew, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that heaven had spoken and that no earthly force could stop what was being set in motion. This is the reason everything in your world, and theirs, seems to be rearranging itself. The old emotions surfacing, the dreams intensifying, the unexpected memories returning. This is not random chaos. It is the magnetic pull of divine timing at work. Both of your souls are being carefully prepared to meet again. You will not meet as the people you once were, but as the wiser, softer, and more complete souls you have become through this journey. In their heart, there is no fear left. It has been replaced by a calm and steady faith, a faith that this connection is protected and that your reunion is destined to happen soon. They are guided by a new kind of urgency, but it isn't restless or anxious. It is a feeling of pure readiness. Each new day feels like a deliberate step closer, as if the universe itself is quietly opening doors to ensure your paths will cross. Even their smallest actions, what they choose to do, where they go, how they speak, now feel charged with meaning and purpose, all leading them unerringly toward you. Listen closely. Can you feel a gentle pull on your heart? It's a sign that they are now moving through life guided by an invisible map, and every sign they see points directly toward you. They now wake and sleep wrapped in a profound peace. The long wait is finally reaching its end. The heart that was once filled with endless questions now believes with absolute certainty. And if you pause for a moment and take a deep breath, you might feel it too. The very same energy that washed over them is now flowing gently into your life. You'll notice it in small, quiet ways, in that sense of calm you can't explain, in the sudden urge to prepare your space, in the gentle but firm knowing that something beautiful is coming your way. Remember, these are not random coincidences. They are sacred confirmations. You are both being drawn together by the unwavering current of a divine plan. This journey is about so much more than a reunion. It is a true awakening. It is your soul remembering that a love guided by heaven is completely unstoppable. Your soulmate has reached a powerful turning point. The love they carry can no longer be hidden. It is overflowing, demanding to be lived out loud. They are no longer waiting in fear, but moving forward in faith. They are ready to face old fears and to trust what once seemed impossible. Their courage is growing, their heart is expanding, and their steps are steady. The voice they heard gave them permission to move, and their tears gave them the strength to rise. You may also feel the world around you beginning to shift. The air feels lighter, your dreams more vivid, and that inner voice, your intuition, speaks with more clarity. This is the energy of divine alignment. Heaven is orchestrating events to bring you both to the right place at the perfect time. The message they received was never for them alone. It was also a gift for you, a validation that everything you have been sensing is real. Your connection is not only alive, it is protected, blessed, and moving rapidly toward its physical manifestation. The distance between you is closing fast, not just in spirit, but in the tangible world. There is a reason your heart has been restless. You are being prepared to meet this great love without fear. What felt like a delay was never a denial. It was always a period of divine preparation, where the universe was weaving your two journeys into one shared path. What once felt uncertain is now becoming tangible. You might see more synchronicities, experience more meaningful coincidences, and find moments that seem to whisper their name. Do not dismiss these. They are part of a beautiful heavenly orchestration. Your soulmate is changed. They walk with a quiet confidence, their gaze softer yet focused, as if seeing a guiding light ahead. They feel your presence in the wind, in music, in prayer, in dreams. They are certain your meeting is near. This is no longer a wish. It is a divine plan unfolding. What they experienced was not imagination, it was revelation. It arrived with precision and left a lasting, unshakable peace. And when peace comes from heaven, it does not fade. It remains. So if you have been asking for a sign, let this be it. The love you have waited for is already in motion. Heaven has confirmed it. This connection is being strengthened every day, and nothing can prevent what is destined to be born from this sacred union. Your waiting is no longer an empty space, it is now filled with promise and purpose. Let this truth settle deep within you. Your waiting is now full of purpose. Every single heartbeat is actively bringing you closer. The message they received was unmistakably clear. The person you asked for is near. And this nearness is not just a feeling, it is a physical, spiritual, and undeniable reality. A powerful, loving energy is alive between you, moving steadily and surely toward your reunion. So, you can rest now. Trust in this divine timing. You are not waiting alone. You are being carried by the very same current of grace that flooded their heart. The universe is meticulously aligning every detail to bring this love into physical form. What once felt distant is now at your doorstep. The love that has always belonged to you is not lost. It is returning to you, sanctified and perfectly on time. There was a prayer once whispered with your name in it. It wasn't rehearsed or recited to sound holy. It was born from the deepest, most honest place in someone's soul. A raw breath from a heart that had finally learned to trust. That prayer carried your name the way the wind carries a fragrance, naturally, effortlessly, and with pure intention. It was spoken not out of habit but out of love. Heaven heard it, and that sacred sound has not faded. It still echoes, not in the air but inside the one who spoke it. That moment was more than an emotion. It was a spiritual turning point. From that day forward, their spirit began to truly believe that what was coming was not just a dream, but something safe, blessed, and profoundly real. Since that moment, they have been transforming from the inside out. Their heart has been learning to love without the shadow of fear. Their faith has grown steadier. Their soul has become quieter. Something sacred touched them, something no book or teacher could ever explain. It was a living understanding, a knowing born from direct experience. That deep understanding keeps guiding them back to you. It is as if the memory of that prayer left a quiet, eternal light inside them, and that light always turns toward your name. When they offered your name to heaven, the response did not come in thunder or dramatic signs. It arrived as a profound peace, an invisible reassurance that simply said, "Keep walking. You are on the right path." That quiet message became the unshakable foundation of their faith. They no longer wait for signs from the outside world because the ultimate confirmation now lives inside their chest. They trust more than they question. The uncertainty that once haunted them has faded, replaced by a crystal-clear clarity. Their doubt has no ground left to stand on, because love itself has become their courage. They have stopped seeking proof. They already carry the answer within, and that answer is you. Remember this. Long before that prayer was ever spoken, a quiet awakening had already begun within them. Almost without noticing, their choices started to shift in small, meaningful ways. Their feelings grew deeper and more authentic. Little, everyday moments began to feel strangely significant. They couldn't explain it, but their soul knew a profound change was coming. This inner knowing prompted them to look within, to listen more carefully to the quiet voice of their own heart. This journey inward wasn't always easy. It required letting go of old habits and expectations that no longer served them. What they didn't realize at the time was that they were being gently shaped and prepared for something, and someone greater. Every conscious decision to live with more honesty, every act of forgiveness, and every effort to be kind was part of this divine preparation. Their prayers became as natural as breathing, and their connection to heaven grew strong and unshakable, like deep roots hidden beneath the soil. None of this was random. It was all arranged with divine care, not left to chance. A higher power was meticulously preparing them to meet the love they had been praying for. During this time, their emotions started to flow more freely. Everyday life seemed to whisper important lessons, and time itself began to feel different, slower, more intentional, as if life was gently asking them to pause, to listen, and to surrender. The more they listened, the clearer it became. What they were feeling wasn't confusion. It was alignment. A deep inner peace began to replace their anxiety, and a quiet faith started to outweigh their need for logical proof. They felt guided by something greater, and every sign pointed toward love, real love, the kind that is built on true presence, not on performance. And even before you were aware, this love already had your name written on it. Their nights grew softer, yet were filled with a mysterious awareness. Sometimes they would wake with a heart beating fast for no apparent reason. In the middle of an ordinary day, they might feel a sudden ache or an invisible pull toward something. Someone, that pull was you. Their soul could feel you long before their eyes would see you. Let this be your reassurance. Nothing about this process is a coincidence. Every wave of restlessness, every surge of emotion, every sincere desire to become a better person, all of it has been part of a sacred preparation. Life itself has been shaping their heart, teaching it to recognize you without a single doubt. Heaven didn't hand them an instruction manual. Instead, it gave them feelings to trust. Inspired by this inner guidance, they started taking better care of their body, protecting their energy and deepening their faith. They began to live with more purpose, feeling both lighter and stronger at the same time. The more they grew, the more certain they became. Something sacred was coming, and it was coming for them. It was coming for you.